Hello, I am Caroline Fitzgerald, Board Chair of Alexandria House, and I welcome you to our 13th annual WomenSpeak event. As you know, this past year has been very trying for many people, and here at Alexandria House, we've gone through our trials and tribulations also. But we have now gone through the tunnel into the light, and we're very grateful that we are now moving into that light. Hopefully by next year this time, when we put on our next WomenSpeak event, that we will all be able to be together sharing this event in the same room, the same space. This year, some of you have been here to this event before. Some of you, this is your first time, but I guarantee you this is going to be a very powerful, transformative event, and we welcome you here. We have speakers this year. These are powerful women who've had big dreams and wanted to share their dreams with us here at Alexandria House. And we are so grateful for their presence, for their words of wisdom, of inspiration, and words of transformation. There are many initiatives, new initiatives that we're starting here at Alexandria House. One is the Startup Sisterhood LA. It is an initiative, it's a class, it's going to teach so many women so many things about startups, and you will hear more about that later. But we want to thank you again for being here. We welcome you. And I would like to introduce Michele Tom, which is our amazing executive director. She's going to come in and speak, and we just welcome you here. Thank you for coming. Enjoy your day. And we will see you again soon. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us for Alexandria House Annual WomenSpeak event. It's hard to believe that an entire year has gone by. So much has happened. A pandemic, a fire in our greenhouse, and yet we are still here, providing our vital services to families experiencing homelessness. And we couldn't have done it without your continued support. Thank you. I hope that you enjoy the program today. And now I would like to introduce Pastor Smart, a woman of conviction and honor, who will be leading us in a blessing and a reflection.
Peace and blessings. I am Pastor Tembekile Crystal Coleman Smart, and I'm so excited to be with Alexandria House on today and to be a part of this great event for women, by women. This is a season for women. Women as healers, wise women, sages, shaman, mothers, daughters, builders, creatives. We are everything, and we are loved. We are joy. We are struggle. We are mountains, we are overcomers, we are bridges, we are open roads, and we are new beginnings. And in the words of Dr. Maya Angelou, we are phenomenal. Yes, and together we rise. And we pray that new opportunities come to us daily as women. We are walking in the legacy of greatness, and we call just a few of their names: Marie Curie, Mother Teresa, Fannie Lou Hamer, Rosa Parks, Ida B. Wells, Sacagawea, Frida Kahlo. We evoke the spirit of womanhood, great leadership, tremendous humility, and incredible love. And we pray that our sisterhood is strengthened by those who have walked before us, united by love and action. Because we make up a global tapestry, sisters, a tapestry that covers our community, our families, our villages, and each other. And a great example of that togetherness is our own supervisor, Holly Mitchell. Supervisor Holly Mitchell is there in our communities, building up the self-esteem of women, building up the esteem of families. And we welcome her today to speak affirmations and inspiration to this great sisterhood. Again, blessings and light. peace, and love to each and every one of you. Ashe and amen.
Hi, I'm Los Angeles County Supervisor Holly Mitchell, and I want to start by welcoming all of you to the Alexandria House 13th Annual WomenSpeak event. Thank you, Pastor Smart, for the opening, reflection, and blessing. Congratulations to Michele and to Judy as the Executive Director and Founding Director of the Alexandria House. You've done a phenomenal job over the last 25 years, fostering community for women and their families who've struggled with stability in their housing. And it's inspiring to know that the house is for women by women. For all of you joining us today, you are a part of this very powerful community. As a member of the LA County Board of Supervisors, I see myself and my team working to really kind of interrupt the status quo. And we hope ultimately that it will lead to transformational change for women across this county. We have built our team here, in that I'm the newly elected member to the board, with that in mind. We're setting up our work intersectionally because we know that we don't live our lives in silos, and so government shouldn't govern in silos, right? We are working hard to introduce meaningful motions to transform how and who we support. For example, at our May 18th board meeting, we introduced a motion to establish a guaranteed basic income pilot program for LA County. In the same motion, we also included additional issues around how we are going to prioritize poverty alleviation for LA County. We're working to integrate equity in everything the county is involved in. And through these actions and really bringing my full life experience, both personally and professionally, to the table, that in conjunction with the team I've assembled, we really hope to bring phenomenal restorative justice and transformational change to LA County. Imagine that each of us here today, plus the women who have come through Alexandria House's doors, have had the opportunity to fulfill their purpose and to create a future that they envision for themselves. That would be transformational. So we need opportunities for all women in all spaces. Owning a business is one way for women to provide for themselves and their families. And so I congratulate Alexandria House for launching the Startup Sisterhood LA and for continuing to grow and strengthen opportunities for women entrepreneurs. For some of you, this will begin by being your own boss. I want to congratulate those of you who are already running your business and encourage those who have an idea in the back of your mind to make sure you connect with someone today to really figure out how you do it, what you do first, and maybe ask her to be your mentor. So thank you all for joining today. I appreciate the entire team here at Alexandria House and hope you all enjoy today's program.
Alexandria House was founded to offer safe and supportive housing for women and children who are homeless.
It was from the beginning a multicultural, multiracial group that had a dream, and that's how it started.
We've always been committed to helping women find jobs so that they can support their families and create a life that they see for themselves and their children. However, we now are working with people who really have bigger ideas. They have their own businesses that they have been cultivating and nurturing inside themselves. And while they're having jobs so they can pay the rent, they still have a dream and a hope to see their product or their food item or their artistic abilities in a marketplace so that they can increase the revenue that they need to support their families.
Life was difficult, but then I met Judy, and Alexandria House helped me a lot to start my business. And I make these beautiful succulents. This is my passion. I really, really love it.
I came to Alexandria House on New Year's Day 2017. I originally started my business in 2017 while I was here. I started making candles that look like wine. I really love making the candles, but more than making the candles, I like the experience that it provides.
Our idea for the Step Up Sisterhood was really to ask women what their dreams are and what their product is, and help make the connections so that they can bring that to market.
I'm really thankful with Alexandria House, and I'm so proud they helped me, I'm glad. Sorry. Before I feel lonely. Before I don't know Alexandria House, I feel lonely. I don't have no family, and now this is my family. This is my family.
For me, the bottom line for Alexandria House is being that beloved community. One of the things that we need in these times of systemic injustices, in these times when it's so difficult to bring about change, are glimpses of what is possible. And for me, what Alexandria House has done over the years, I've been here all 24 years going into the future, is to provide glimpses of that beloved community where folks come together from all different life experiences, first languages, different cultures, different ethnicities, support, care, and respect each other. I think that's why people sometimes like us, because they come here and find some vision about what is possible if we all just put our hearts and minds to it.
Hi, I'm Italia, staff person at Alexandria House. It's been a privilege to participate with Startup Sisterhood LA since the beginning. I'm very excited about Startup Sisterhood LA because it gives us a chance to support and encourage the dreams and goals of the Alexandria House community. Not only do we get to be a part of the process for their growth, joining the class every week with the women has given me the opportunity to see how much they care about their goals. Since they're learning together in their program, they're building connection with each other and actually networking together to help each other's business grow. And being able to see this, them empowering each other, is magical and a privilege.
I'm Tika. And I'm Ty. And we are the co-founders of Sugarberry. Sugarberry is a lifestyle platform created for moms of color. We hope to foster a community of mothers who can prioritize their health, wealth, and pleasure.
We place our fellow moms, aunties, and sisters at the center of a sweet space that we've carved out. Our vision is to realize a world where the care of moms of color comes first.
Why we created Sugarberry? Well, when I was pregnant, I just saw a space where Black moms especially were seen in a negative way, and I just thought that is just not true, and so I'm going to put forward my truth and other women who look like me, Black or brown, out there. So I decided to start this company, and I went to my friend Ty, who wasn't my friend at that time. She actually told me not to start the business.
That's a whole other story.
It's a whole other story. But then she understood what we were trying to do, because she wanted to be part of that kind of community, and she knew that there were other women like her who also wanted to be part of it. And then we decided to become partners, and therefore we birthed Sugarberry.
And as a part of that, one of the initiatives that we were so proud of in our first year was partnering with Alexandria House, who's been on a parallel mission for much longer, supporting the women who are leading from the centers of their community and from their households, often who may need a helping hand or a second chance. This past year of birthing and building a business during a pandemic, no less, has been filled with its ups and downs. But one of the really bright spots has been our partnership with Alexandria House. It's been so fulfilling to be able to partner with and help sow seeds into women just like us who are looking to build a better life for their families and for their communities.
We're so honored to be invited to celebrate Alexandria House's partnership with Startup Sisterhood LA. The theme of this year's event is turning words into actions. And we know full well how difficult it can be to take the first step, but it's definitely worth it.
In both of our personal lives, I can speak for both of us, putting the words, the thoughts, the dreams, the hopes that we had into action were always a little bit hard, right? But we pushed through, we went forward, we're here now together in LA, very successful women who started with kind of having nothing. I just knew that there is power within sisterhood to create what we've created with Sugarberry. And Sugarberry aligns with this year's themes because we said we wanted to do something, and as hard as it is, even now sometimes, right? We both have day jobs.
And children.
I think just like, when we were growing up and we were fighting for our dreams, we just figured out how to make a way out of no way. If you're passionate enough about something, then that thing is gonna wake you up every day to get you out of bed to actually do it. So it's not just writing something down, but it's taking bite by bite, step by step, creating the future that you want to live. And we're super excited to say that we've done it and we're doing it still. And if you're passionate about it, you can too.
We both come from very humble financial beginnings. At some point, both of our moms were single moms, and we know full well firsthand what it feels like to support a family and have to balance your dreams while trying to secure the best future for your children. That's why it's so important to invest in women and women entrepreneurs, because what happens when you do is you're not just building a business, you're building a community, because by nature we're nurturers and givers, and the seeds that you plant when you invest in women-led businesses really is a harvest that the community, the country, and the world over will continue to reap.
We're so excited to share a partnership with Alexandria House, also to share more about who we are as Sugarberry and as Ty and Tika and sisters.
Hi, my name is Taylor Babayan, and today I'm going to talk about my personal experiences as an entrepreneur and how that impacted my life and the life of my family. So I think my life was a lot different than what some people, just by looking at me, would think it was like. My parents immigrated to the United States in 1978 from Korea. I was 4 years old. To South Los Angeles, and it was the rise of the crack epidemic. It was hard living in that environment. It was hard not having that security, and just being that latchkey kid that, walked to school by themselves when they were, 5 years old. So just from living in that kind of environment, it was a hard life, and I became homeless when I was 14 to, on and off between 14 and 16, just because home life was really challenging. I had my first child when I was 20. I had my second a month after my 22nd birthday. I think one of the hardest things when I had my first child was walking into the welfare office and needing Medi-Cal for the birth. I don't think anybody really thinks like, oh, when I actually have my child, they're gonna start their life on welfare. Like, you just don't want that for your child. And it was really hard. But I think one of the extraordinary things that entrepreneurship helped me with was, taking me from that and writing 3 books, with one of the top publishers in the world. I wrote my first book. I didn't know how to write a book. I was a celebrity makeup artist and was working with the top artists in the world. And then I would be doing interviews, And I've always had that entrepreneur, mindset where I was like, hey, how can I take this to the next level? I was one of the younger artists at the time, and there wasn't really anybody that had written a book at the agency. So for me, entrepreneurship, it allowed me to soar. I mean, it took me from needing Medi-Cal for my child. And as I'm getting my MBA now, I realize that there's such a huge gap in information, and that is what's causing, in my opinion, such inequity in the world, is that beyond the funds, it's this gap in information that, people that have in marginalized communities, they just don't get access to that information because people around them haven't experienced either business or they just don't know anyone. So I could see how entrepreneurship really does create this generational change. It wasn't easy. There was a lot of struggle. But what I loved about it was that it made me hopeful. And it also gave me control, or at least that feeling of control. Even if oftentimes as an entrepreneur, you're kind of reacting to whatever is happening. But at least it was my business, and it was, on top of whatever I was doing, it was the thing that I wanted to do. So it empowered me a lot. I think as an entrepreneur coming from a certain environment, what was really challenging for me was that I would get very excited about something that I was doing, right? I'd be like, I'm gonna write a book. And I didn't have the network or support system around me to say, yeah, you can do that, at least family-wise. I was fortunate enough to have, a few friends that kind of pushed me along and that said that you're not everybody else. People would actually say to me oh, I tried to be in a particular position or do a certain thing. You shouldn't waste your time. I've heard that so many times. And so what I hope for this program is that there's a space for women to connect and really support each other, where they're getting that educational support, right? So that they're not wasting time, but more importantly, that they have each other's backs. And, if someone learns something, whether it's from, selling something on the street, that worked for them, that goes so much farther than the classroom, that support from other women that tells them that, you can do it. And that was one of the things that I was very fortunate to have. Even though there was the naysayers, I listened to the ones that actually told me you could do it, right? And so to be in a space where you're told that and to get that support, it really gives you that fuel to push you through.
Is it gonna be a new me, 1 year older? Woke up feeling like this. I'm gonna find where I'm gonna be, 1 year older. I'm so lucky to be here today. Always searching for a better day, thankful for where we are. Life tears us apart. I thought I knew who I was today. Doesn't matter anyway. I'm gonna be. I'm gonna be.
I came to the class because I wanted to learn more about running a business. I already, the beginning of the pandemic, I had to stop working and I needed to make extra cash. So I started selling barbecue from my home to kind of make some extra cash during the pandemic. And so then now it's grown and there's just so much going on with my barbecue business that I'm beginning to need a bigger kitchen, more equipment and stuff. And so I was like, I took the class because I really wanted to learn more about like getting a license. It means a lot to me. Outside from Alexandria House, I don't have any family. It's just me and my kids. And so being here and being able to be a part of the Alexandria House community means a lot to me.
This class has definitely given me a lot of hope, and it actually feels like the success will be very tangible. The people that are coming to teach us are very experienced, and it just gives us a lot of confidence that this is definitely going to be a total success for us.
The class is very important to me because, like I said, I've had a couple of times where I'm up, then I plummet. And I know that's because I don't have the meat and potatoes that it takes to sustain running a business. I'm so grateful for Miguel and everyone that has come to the class thus far to kind of help me navigate the waters of the administrative part of running a company, as well as how important marketing is, etc.
I never would have realized how far behind I was as far as trying to make my dream, my vision come true until I sat into this class. I'm so excited to be a part of it. It's something, again, I never would have thought in a million years that I would be able to explore with. I've learned the concept of marketing, business, how to expand, how to brand. Again, this is an incredible program. I'm really excited to be a part of it, and I'm here for the long haul.
Cuando supe de esta clase, dije, esa clase es para mí porque yo sé que esa clase me va a ayudar para que expanda mis negocios. Y me ha servido muchísimo esta clase porque he aprendido desde cómo adquirir clientes, he aprendido cómo administrar el dinero, he aprendido cuánto gano al día realmente. También he aprendido acerca de marketing digital, he aprendido acerca de cómo expandir el negocio en el internet.
Something beautiful that I see in this class is not only are the women participating in this class to learn and to grow their businesses, but the relationships that they've created within the class is beautiful to watch, honestly, because as the weeks go by, they're actually helping each other with their businesses. And so they're networking amongst each others. And so everyone has kind of been through the program, and now they all have permanent housing, but now they're helping each other to grow their businesses as well. And so that's one of the beautiful things that I like to see in this program. And for me, one of my dreams right now to be in this program, is to be a part of their growth. And so a lot of the ladies that come through this program have been through a lot of traumatic experiences, and they can feel like they're in a home once again. And so this program is really to take them to that next level, to help them dream again, to open up their visions of what they had maybe a long time ago,
to make it known like it's possible to do it again.
Hello everybody, welcome to WomenSpeak. My name is Judy Vaughn and I serve as founding director. As many of you may know, I always get a little nervous doing what is called the pitch because your support is so critical to us. I want to start by thanking you for being present with us today, if even virtual. I can't wait till we can all be together. And I want to especially thank Art Division and V&A who have really worked with us to put this event together for you today. I want to thank the presenters who have really shared with us the significance of following your own dreams, following dreams to create a better and more equitable society. As many of you know, we're entering into our 25th year. We're ready to celebrate 25 years. On May 30th in 1996, 13 of us came together with dreams, and these dreams became realized into our mission. We wanted to provide a place for women to move from a crisis situation, emergency situation, into permanent housing. And we've continued to do that for more than 200 families. We wanted to be a neighborhood center. And so we started with 8 children in our after-school program. Now we're up to 35. This program is continuing even through the pandemic with mentoring. But we're really looking forward to being able to welcome them back on site. We miss our kids, and hopefully that will happen very soon in the future. We also wanted to be a way to really, what our supervisor Holly Mitchell said, interrupt the status quo. And we continue to do the systemic change work, recognizing the inequities every day that impact women and children, and especially women and children of color. And we do it through demonstrations, through education. We do it through partnering with such movements as the Poor People's Campaign. So in many ways, you could say that we're living our dream. But because this is our major fundraiser event for the year, what I want to assure you is that we are continuing to dream and continuing to hope. What's really important to us is that even as the board and staff have been dreaming and planning, we've also had the privilege of listening to the women who come through our doors with their own dreams and skills and commitment to achieve a greater financial stability for themselves and for their families. Really listening and hearing these ideas were the seed for the Startup Sisterhood LA program. As we heard from the presenters, and as we all know, starting anything really is a challenge. But the reminder from Tika and Ty is that really it is our passion that wakes us up in the morning and keeps us moving towards realizing these dreams. We've already had 2 cohorts through the program, and what we have been able to witness is what Taylor referred to, which is watching entrepreneurship enabling a person to soar. As women come into their own and come to understand possibilities, it's really been amazing, and I hope that you've been able to see that in some of the footage from today. And the other really profound thought that was expressed today is that it's in building a business, there's the possibility of building community. And the building community, when everything else is said and done, is really at the heart of who Alexandria House is and is striving to be. So right now, what I would love to ask you to do is think about donating to the Startup Sisterhood LA program. All the funds that are raised today will go to that initiative, as well as to the other supporting services that enable that to happen. Please do it by phone. You can write a check. Please go online. For everyone who donates more than $125, you will receive this amazing box of some of the products that are being produced by the women that are now entrepreneurs that we have come to know and love here at Alexandria House, and hopefully you had a chance to meet through some of the footage. And just, we're going to take a minute and ask that you give and give generously. And now it is my privilege to introduce our Director of Development, Michele Richards, who will share a little bit more and bring this event to closure. Thank you so much for being here, and we look forward to being together in person, we hope, next year. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed the speakers and were inspired by the stories you heard. I certainly was. If you have any questions about the Startup Sisterhood LA, just contact us with the information in the description box below. And remember, you can buy one of these beautiful gift boxes. They're available, so contact us below. Thank you. It was a pleasure being with you virtually this afternoon, sharing information about our programs. And as always, thank you. Your support has made this first almost 25 years possible, and we couldn't have done it without you. Bye-bye.
Hi, my name is Vianney Valdez, and I am a resident of South Central Los Angeles. And it was an honor and a privilege to help Alexandria House create this video. As an emerging film editor and filmmaker, it is sometimes difficult to get that support from my community because of the background that I come from. So witnessing the Startup Sisterhood LA and knowing that they have that support system to continue to uplift and help each other is very inspiring and motivating. And I hope that these women continue to have that support system and continue to grow not just as women, but also as entrepreneurs.